Well, I guess this is it. My call has come in, so I guess I'm good to go. Well, folks, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Well, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansakwa IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasan, with terrible roads. But however, welcome to another edition of That's My Opinion. Every Monday evening we meet to perform this ritual. It's very refreshing, it's very edifying and quite fulfilling. If this is your first time, you have missed 6 years of this beautiful ritual. But you know what? Says better late than never. Now our topic today is quite straightforward, but the subject itself is very deep. What shows this weekend was for Nkrumah? That's the topic. What shows that this weekend was for Nkrumah? The Saji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Folks, let me start with the story my grandfather told me. Professor Chumberima, and a Greek scholar trained in Cambridge, very proud man. Professor Chumberima. Now we went to visit him one morning at his residence at Chebi, my cousin and I. My cousin now lawyer Chunibua Esrifi, good guy. Now as old wise men do, he began to, pour us with wisdom and begin to lecture us. So he said, just imagine that you have a stereo and you don't really value it. So you kick it under your bed and dump rubbish on it. And when it finally broken, you ask that a clay mold be made of this stereo. You want an exact replica so it looks exactly like the stereo that's broken, so that you can display it on the very shelf that it should have been when it was working. He said that's the start story of Nkrumah. Now I was very young, but I remember very clearly. But if my grandfather was alive today, I wonder if he will still tell the same story. As in, have we even displayed the mold of this broken stereo prominently? Have we even displayed it prominently? After it was ignored, broken, we made a mold of it to go and display that we had this stereo in the first place. Have we even put it on the right shelf? I wonder what story my grandfather would have said today. It took us 30 years after Nkrumah died for us to realize he was the man of the millennium. And even that, it was people from other countries in the world who voted him so. Then we caught on. So somewhat we realized that we had a legend who came from here, right here with us. It took us 30 years, my God. And may God forgive us. 30 years. We drove on his motorway, flew on his Ghana Airways, sailed on his Black Star Line, and lived in his Tema. I mean, the list is countless. It took us 30 years of enjoying his legacy. But I'm sure God will forgive us. He's a merciful God. So we renamed USTK and UST. We put his head back on the CD and created a day to commemorate him. He had gone from denigration, insult, CD kwasiabiti daso, otigini richabe, to the man of the millennium. That's why sometimes when it's getting nearer to June 4th, I tell JJ to relax with his June 4th, that posterity will decide for him. Nyabutre. As to whether I was right or wrong, I don't know, but posterity will decide. But folks, the legend of Nkrumah and what part he played in our history can never ever be downplayed, especially compared to now, what we have going on. No matter how much politics you read into it, no matter how much distortion, no matter how much others played, even in the struggle for independence, this man was a phenomenon. He was a giant whose thought well beyond his time. He planned well beyond his time. He was thinking atomic and nuclear in his days. He wasn't thinking cow power. He was talking atomic. He was talking atomic. So this man is different. So no matter how much others played in the struggle for independence, he was a phenomenon. He was a giant who thought well beyond his time. And as we speak today, we still benefit from legacies he left behind. I just used the motorway coming from Tema, thanks to him. Now, I don't want to use this show to list the achievements or point out his fault. No. But as a people, and I've always said this, that until the lions have their own historians, folks, the tales of hunting will forever glorify the hunter. Folks, do you know how many people travel to go and see Bob Marley's house in Jamaica? And apparently when you go there, there's a guitar in the corner, there's an old Land Rover parked there, and that's the end of the story. And the queue to get this opportunity. The queue to get this opportunity. And this is a man who has already been sold to the world through his own achievement. This is a man accepted internationally. And he's from here, he's ours. There are young ones growing up, a new generation. And all they know is that Nkrumah fought for independence. Nkrumah was the first president. Full stop. Yet if you ask the same man who's Mandela, he's able to tell you that he was in prison for 26 years, fought against apartheid, and after that he became president. And this is in South Africa. So how come that young man is not aware of the struggles of his own Nkrumah right here? How come that same young man is not aware of the struggles of Nkrumah? Folks, just 2 nights ago, I caught the end of a bit of a documentary about the fire of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris or France somewhere. And this happened just in April this year. And the main aim of the documentary is to find out the cause of the fire and to make sure that it never ever happens again. They were very, very emphatic to make sure that they find out, even if it's a cigarette butt that was left loose, if it was a wire that ignited it, whatever it is, their main aim was that it should never happen again after they rebuilt the cathedral. Just this April, no one died. We have had worse incidents. June 3rd, 2015, people died. People died. There's not even a cartoon marking this incident. But what I'm really driving at is that if in 2019 Ghana has not been able to produce a world-class movie of the life and times of Nkrumah, just one single movie, then I have no words to describe us. We are a disgrace, Papa. We are a big disgrace, Papa. I mean, is it even possible? How do we live with ourselves? What are we going to leave for our children and grandchildren? What, MPP, NDC, MPP, NDC? As though that is where our history began from 1992. Shallow minds are making noise day in, day out, anytime. And we in the media to give them an opportunity to have a field day. We are also to blame. We are also part of it. What or who will really inspire a child today? Folks, what or who will really inspire a child today? It's the same story being told by whichever party as the change. This morning I was listening to the SMS show and it's the same thing. Oh, the NHIS is in debt. The NHIS is in debt. When JM was in power, the story was the same, just different people telling it. Oh, the NHIS is collapsing. Just the same story. So who or what will inspire today's child? And yet we have such heroes who actually lived and played their parts. We bury their achievement and gloss over it and politicize it. And today's child is exposed to lies and false promises. So they think it's normal. They see people who one day could not even take an Uber ride and then the next day they're being driven in a luxury car guarded by a policeman. So to them, get rich quick is the order of the day. What history are we going to leave behind? Folks, do we really think as a nation we can move forward, develop or inspire the young ones with our history? They will be swimming in a pool of ignorance. We will be swimming in a big pool of ignorance if that's what we think. Folks will be in La La Land and dreaming if we think history began in 1992. Oh my God. Folks, why do you think when these shameless politicians venture into the territory of traditional rulers, the people from the town get so furious? You think they are all related to the chief? No. They know their history, the struggles of their forefathers. They know what it took for Usu Achim Tinting to stand up against Ansasasraku of Akwamu. Very vicious, but he stood up and won their freedom. They know how Osei brought Asante Mine together to stop the Dentra from enslavement and murder. And so when you think history started in 92, so you want to venture into those territories, they will stop you. That is where their pride comes from. That is where their pride comes from knowing who they are, the struggles that people fought for them. Insults have become the order of the day. Anyone can just insult the whole president. I mean, I'm talking anyone can just pick up a phone, dial into any radio station and rain insults and get away with it. Even the clergy is not spared these days. Even the clergy is not spared these days. And so you have a whole bunch of youth growing up who think that the first point of communication is insults. It's normal, insults. But that's not us. I warn you, don't try the traditional authorities. This is not us. There's a way to point out to an adult when he goes wrong. Yes, your opinion yaboni. No, it's not culture, it's wrong. Forget about that statement. The opinion yaboni. No, opinion yaboni. However, there is a way in which you point out when opinion yaboni. And there's a way in which you point out when abofra yaboni. So no, I don't agree. So opinion yaboni. No, opinion yaboni. But you cannot tell opinion off the same way as you tell abofra off. In the name of civilization. No. So here we are, folks. Another wasted day. Where are the lectures, the plays, the movies, the debates of the legend of whose name it is that we took this day off? Where are they? Where are the pros and cons? Why is Chimota not debating in Fansepem? Why is Brie girls not debating Temasco? Why are the students not doing something about the life and times of Nkrumah? This is what inspires people. This is what let people stand up and said, no, you dare not use your left hand to point at my country. It's because they know where the country came from. And believe you me, it didn't come from 92. Probably stopped in 92. 9/11, folks, has movies. Mandela has movies. Jeff Kennedy, Winston Churchill, Idi Amin. Where is the movie for Kwame Nkrumah? People of Ghana, I am asking, where is the movie for Nkrumah? And I am talking about world-class standard movie, well-researched movie. Now, I know we have accepted mediocrity, so I'm also being, mediocrity here, but one is not enough. One movie shouldn't be enough. And I know it's because it's Nkrumah's day, so I'm talking about Nkrumah, but where's the movie for J.B. Dankwa? Where's the movie for Pa Grant? Where's the movie for the Big Six? I mean, there should be movies. We should leave these things behind so that the generation coming after us, that you leave the country for them, know that this is what it took for us to get this country. People were jailed. People wrote letters, litigated, struggled, argued to get this country. And so when you get it, you preserve it and you love it. Folks, how are you going to love something that you don't know? How do I love something I don't know? And how can I know if I am not thought? If you are not thought, Ghana, how do you get to know Ghana? And how do you get to love it? And therein lies our dilemma. Folks, what will inspire the spirit of never again? Just like in Notre Dame, they are doing an extensive documentary to make sure that that cathedral won't burn again. They will leave that documentary for their children who will come to watch it. And whatever it is, I caught the tail end of the documentaries, I don't know. But, whatever it is that they find as to whether somebody left a plug on or somebody left a cigarette bud or something went wrong, if they find out, they will tell their children coming that this is what we did, this is the mistake we did, that this cathedral burned down. The cathedral bequeathed us from our great forefathers. So don't you ever do that again. And I'm sure they will take it on board and make sure it never happens. Here we are. We live through mistakes as though we are, as though we are just blank. We live through mistakes as though we are blank. Why? Because we don't tell the generation after us that, listen, when we were going, we went right and it was wrong. So when you get to the crossroads, you turn left. And so they follow us to the crossroads and they also turn right and follow us. And they fall in the same ditch that we fall into. And here we are today, 2019. Center of the world. Gave birth to a great man, Nkrumah, who thought well ahead of his time. All those years back was saying that, look, Africa come together. And can you imagine if we could even achieve half of what he was inspiring to do? Even if West Africa could have come together, get one currency and clean off these borders. And today, look at us, trekking across the Sahara, jumping into dinghies and taking our chances over the Mediterranean because we don't know our history. We don't know who we are. But I am surprised because this is the time where we have more graduates than ever before. This is the time where, we're supposed to be more enlightened than ever before. Maybe supposed to, by natural fact, maybe we are not. So if any time at all, this is when productions should be going on. Big productions, beautiful productions. Let us pay, good actors, train them to play Nkrumah. How he was born in Nkrumah, whatever it is happened there, depict it. And just like anybody else would do in their history, blow up the good parts. After all, we are all fallible, we all made mistakes, but this is history. Blow up the good parts to inspire the kids coming. Let them know that something. Nkrumah wrote letters to fight for independence. Here you are with WhatsApp, with Instagram, with 500,000 followers on Nkrumah couldn't sell 500,000 newspapers. But he could rally people together for a good cause. Here we are. Look at me, jumping up and down. I can't even get my road fixed. People can't even get potholes fixed. Street lights can't get anything done. Where is our inspiration? We cannot exist, survive, go into the next millennium without history. Believe it, you would perish. You would be extinct because you are not going to be original and you're not going to have any knowledge. Your knowledge, your morals comes from your ancestry. If we are going to gloss over our ancestry, throw it away, then God help us. Because there will be no place for us in the 21st century. So on this lovely wasted day, and I tell you it was a beautiful day. I mean, if you were a biker, I'm telling you what, today was an orgasmic day for biking. Blue skies, bright sun, but it wasn't hot. Nice cool air. It couldn't have been better. But what could have been icing on the cake was an atmosphere of Nkrumahnism, something that we can rally around as a people. Because today, as Ghanaians, there's nothing that brings us together as Ghanaians. Absolutely zero. Azuma Nelson has stopped fighting. The Black Stars are now, playing for money. There's nothing patriotic about them. There is nothing bringing us together as Ghanaians. Nothing. And so maybe this giant whose benefit or whose good deeds benefited us all could have been our rallying point. That will bring us all together. That will make us know that history did not start in 92, but it goes way beyond that. Folks, my name is Nana Ansakwa. I don't know what you have to add to it, but it's 0302 216 541. It's 0302 216 541. And if you want to send a WhatsApp, it's 0244 340 437. Hello, Bright is my first caller.
Hello, Nana. Good evening, Nana.
Good evening, my brother.
Nana, you said it all. You said it all. You used two words in the statement that in the story that you said just this short time. You used the word enlightenment and the word moral. Nana, in fact, we are really doomed in this country. I think we need education. People like you to educate us properly. Because some of the programs they do in other radio stations that can never be mentioned is really out of coverage area. We need education, orientation in this country. We don't have nothing to show to our children. As you said, nothing. The whole country is doomed with NDC, MPP, self-centered Sokomos, the whole country. I'm telling you the gospel things. And we must change our attitude and the way we do our things before this country will be fine. And if they know you are doing something good, anywhere you are, they will bring you down. Goodness that you are doing. That is part of our PhD. And the word obtuse, because morals are very out of coverage area with obtuism. And I thank you and God bless you and keep on doing the good work again.
God bless you for tuning in, and God bless you even more for calling in. But calling all the way from the USA is Ojam. Kwabna is on the phone. Kwabna.
Hello, Nana. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Yes. Nana, I joined your program later, so I didn't really know what the main topic is. But from what I gleaned of your analysis, I heard you were talking about the insults rained on Ochihene, the chieftaincy, and then you also talked about why we have not done some work on our past leaders like Kwame Nkrumah.
That's the main. The part two is the main topic. Why we haven't made a movie of Nkrumah today? I mean, this weekend, there's a bank holiday for Nkrumah, and there's not even a movie about Nkrumah.
Yes, I agree with you. And you also said now in the 21st century, Ghana has so many graduates. We have PhDs, we have professors, and most of them lived outside Ghana, and they saw the kind of values that the diaspora have. Most of them have lived in the United States and UK, and I believe you also live in the UK or in the US. I could figure out, and I will tell you that here all the holidays are not holidays for people to have merry. Some of the holidays, there's significance to it, like the Martin Luther holidays, that's for service and other things. So it's boiled down to leadership. Nana, it boils down to leadership. Our leaders have failed us. They've failed us. Now, when you come to know nothing has been done of Kwame Nkrumah's great works, I'll also indict multimedia. I will indict UTV. I will indict all the big media houses in Ghana. You also have to spend your money. You have to spend the money and create such works like the United States, like the NBCs and the CBS and the Fox News. That's what they do. The production comes from the media companies, and such works are given to the people, and then they learn from it. So we also have to let the media. Although I know you have done great, like multimedia, but you also have to look at other areas like how are we going to inculcate the Ghanaians with a new set of values? How we understand, and that's where you guys come in.
Thank you very much, Kwabna, and I take the indictment. Jerry is on the phone, but let me say, Kwabna, it's on Facebook Live, so you can go to Facebook Live and listen, and if you're joining now, you can just tune on Facebook Live and also follow it. Jerry's on the phone. Hello, Jerry.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Donna.
Good evening.
Yeah. Once again, it's a pleasure to be able to reach you on this line.
Same here.
And may the Almighty God grace your elbow for the hard work you're doing. I'm dumbfounded. I don't even know what to say. In the first place, they wanted to scrap it off. Why not better scrap it off if we can't even celebrate it by gathering people for them to be educated on what it is? Nana, it's a pity. I always bounce back by using one word, education. And it's so painful that our leaders, our presidents, our ministers, our head of state, ministers, the head of the parliament, all of them had attended school, but education is not part of them. Therefore, they really do not know how to govern. They are more interested in what they get into their pocket. And it's a pity. I woke up today and I said, do I even have to sit at home or go look for my daily bread? It's a holiday and there was no single t-shirt for anybody to wear, for a newborn baby, for a new child growing up to even ask that, what is this for? Why this? So that they will also get the history and the knowledge behind it. And it's a pity. I don't have much to say. Other callers have said much. And I'll rest my case here. Thank you.
And I thank you for calling. Nana, God richly bless you with his wisdom and good health. You have said it all. I'll play my part. The change starts with the individual. God bless you and Ohiniri. Joel, thank you very much. And I have Kofi on the line. Kofi. Oh, Kofi.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir, Kofi. Matthew Lower Radio Nukakra Mamia.
Mate. The Nitio man say, I'm Nkrumah be my in Bonia. Name Muno, where dear Hamo, Nipa will Sinto. The Sintono, a dose will send the Papa or Yeno.
Into the history in Engineer.
The history, me busa question. I pardon and sa omo mudi kan sana Kwame Nkrumah ba no omo ado regional na omo tro de to ye omo de kwacha Kwame Nkrumah se omra no meboa no sa ado ewai
nti I don't know why didn't you a movie about that story about Abra Pa Grant SNDC kama na e kofa na ban adan yen just aba kosem ne man kola na e ba
aba kwasem no ija to enyi omo de ase ya adwene en afuamu abepem ne pese munkumnya no edie nim kan Kwame Nkrumah ni twa satan esane to
tio sa pese munkumunya no se ye utro ho abakosem to ha akola na oba no behu se sa na montu yi Kwame Nkrumah tuye no tin ntimi nso ensi se mitu
ni nta ma me kasa no midi ho yawo ni nta midi ho yawo ne se ye mpenu for mu de ni me de blesi.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, what was he saying? I mean, he's saying that he thinks Kwame Nkrumah did more wrong than right. I'm not arguing. Where is the movie to show that he did more wrong than right? So that the children who are coming would know that, okay, Nkrumah did this and it was wrong, so I should not do it. I don't care what it is. It is history. It is history. I mean, you see the history of the Holocaust. People died. It was so bad. But they show it so that it does not happen again. But Derek is on the phone. Let me speak to Derek. Hello, Derek.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I greet you, sir.
I greet you back.
Oh, Nana, this issue is so dicey. But I think the issue at stake here is Ghanaians or Africans, we have failed ourselves. And then the 20 accusing figures at the Europeans or the colonizers wouldn't help us. Like you are saying, I support the issue at stake now. People are just driving around the core factor. Why not coming out with movies? If you recall, this issue came up, I think about 2 years ago. Was that last year? And I said, like, I have some poems, like I'll come and then consult you, and I will see if we can bring it down to maybe a film or something of the sort. Today, here we are again. And people are not even getting what we are talking about. Be it Nkrumah failed or not. Is Nkrumah alive today? Be it the BC's failed or not. Or the Aborigines Protection Society. Be they failed or not. Are they alive today for the programs and all that, like my great-grandfather? I don't want to double into that. Like maybe I'm claiming what doesn't practically belong to me. It belongs to the entire Ghana. It took an Akwamu chief to save Ghana before even Nkrumah came. You see the whole castle. Why are we not depicting all this in films? And then we go round, and we come NDC, MPP. The issue is, I think it's about greed. Somebody want to vote. I'll do what others have done. That's what is killing us. Till we realize that do unto others what you don't want them to do unto you. We'll succeed. I rest my case.
Thank you very much. But Kwe is on the line. Hello, Kwe.
Hello, Nana.
Good evening.
Nana, good evening. Nana, I am very grateful for today. And this topic, in fact, Nana, you've done well. It has been a while since I heard about Kwame Nkrumah, and I was wondering whether in our country we are trying to delete his history from our, history book. But Nana, Ghanaians need to know that Kwame Nkrumah was a man of a good, leadership. It is indeed this man who helped the country. Even if you don't know anything, you are talking about independence. He helped this country to gain independence. While some people were demanding for constitutional reform, he said, no, we can rule on ourselves. We can rule without people. So they should allow us to rule on our own. And people were demanding for self-government. And he said, no, we need it now. He has done a lot. So we have to take into consideration his achievements. And then the education system needs to put some measures that will help us to, recognize this man effectively. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you too. Nana, simply, Nkrumah was too far ahead of us Ghanaians. Interestingly, other countries appreciate him. The only high street in Ouagadougou is Kwame Nkrumah High Road. Holiday was kept. He gave us the free education from zero to university, if I am wrong. But see how we are excited about 2 years free education. Remember, UP doesn't see anything good in Nkrumah, though we must be grateful this holiday wasn't cancelled. Nana in Spintex Road. So the number is 0302-216-541. I don't care but I'm just saying that you can't just let your history disappear and expect that your generations that come after you will chart any right path. It doesn't happen. However bad, however good, however it is your history. But we are talking about Nkrumah here. Jesus Christ. He played his part. He played his part. Who is without fault? I mean, is he Jesus? Is he God? Of course you have faults. And he's a leader. So definitely you have even more faults. Some of the things you have to do it on blind faith. Try and see if it will work. But the legacy that he left, the ideas that we have inherited and think we can just gloss over. But I am using Nkrumah because today is Nkrumah's day. But there are people. There was Buzia, there was Pawili, there's J.B. Dankwa, the Big Six, Pa Grant. We were all these people. 1945, those who signed the abolitionist rights. All these things should be documented in movies, in pictures. After all, we don't read. We don't like reading. So leave it in pictures, so that when our children watch it, they get inspired and feel the sense of pride and defend this nation. But OJ is on the phone. Hello, OJ.
Yeah, hello, Nana.
Good
I
evening.
think even with the films that you are talking of, if we are to do it, the way we will skew it against. Look at now I'm hearing even the new curriculum skewed against Kwame Nkrumah as to who founded the state of Ghana. And if you look at what is happening, just this even on your own platform, multimedia, what is happening with chiefs and some political parties, just because another political party was lambasted in another region, there should be a reprisal, whatever. I think we are so full of dishonest. The dishonest rate in us is too much. I was in Gambia for a small consultancy, and the people were, they were not cooperating, and all of a sudden, like a Nigerian. And when they asked me, I said, I'm from Accra. They said, oh, Ghana, and like the golden door has opened. Started talking about Kwame Nkrumah and all those. I said, really? Wow. Meanwhile, in Ghana, in our own country, we don't respect the man. It's so sad. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. 0302-216-541. I know I'm touching on nerves, very dicey subject, but we can never ever move forward if we ignore it. That I guarantee, that I promise, because one day you and I will not be here. The next day your children and my children will not be here. It will be our grandchildren's grandchildren. What is the foundation? What are the beliefs that they're going to build this nation with? Think about it. The countries that we want to walk across the desert to is because they know their history and they preserve and they love their country. So much to the point that when you go there for 3 months, you think you are from that country. People go to school, just earn a degree after 3 years and say, oh, me, I'm a British man. Why? Because he just went 3 years to get his degree in Britain. Oh, you say America for why? Just because he went to America to get his degree. 3-4 years. He's a part of the system. You have grown here 30, 35 years, 36 years, and you want to walk across the desert and escape. Why? You don't know your history. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, I think you're not listening in the phone. When you call, you must listen through the phone so that you can hear me. But this is a subject very, very dear to my heart. This is something that, as a Ghanaian, some of the things that I feel ashamed about. This is one of the things that, there's not a single feature in our history. And indeed, anytime we need things on Nkrumah, we need to go to the British archives to get it. My son Malik sent a very telling message. Malik in Adenta says, interesting take. Probably we are waiting for the whites to come and act a movie for us. You won't be surprised. I won't be surprised that one day, some white producer would go through the history and think, wow, this is it. And get some people together and shoot the movie. KSM is there. Koansan is there. Enima Misa is there. They are fine movie makers alive today. These things will cost money. Fund it. Leave a legacy. We must leave this history behind. It's a must. It's not an optional. It's a must. Because if we are going to leave our grandchildren based on history from 1992, history based on insult, based on division, based on winner take all, my goodness. Somebody seriously trying to call from somewhere in the UK and you're calling the WhatsApp line. Call 0302 216 541 and I'll pick your call from there. But we are paying a huge price. We are paying a huge price. Yao's on the phone. Hello, Yao.
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
And I hope you are doing well.
I'm good, Yao.
Good. I agree with you with all that you're saying. But my point is, it takes one to start a project. Mm-hmm. So, Nana, pick it up. And let's see how far we can go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Manua Kuyimika. Nana, the problem in this country is just simple. Nobody, including myself and all the callers, are ready for the change. We talk, make noise on radio and TVs. When people are doing the wrong thing and we see how many of us force them to do the right thing. Until we stop talking and show concern as Ghana is our personal property, Ghana will be worse than this. Pakofi. But Derek is on the phone. Hello, Derek.
Hey, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm back again.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Nana, the issue I'm driving at is very simple.
Mm-hmm.
It is a collective something. But now we're being so individualistic. So what do we start and what do we end? That's where we're going this merry-go-round. in Disneyland. It's about time we are waking and then we say to ourselves, enough is enough. The politicization of everything should stop. And then we take off as Ghanaians. Because sometimes thinking about it becomes problematic. Because where we went wrong, we have all the fundamentals. If you study Ghana's history well, or African history well, I think if I listen to Roberman this morning, he debated something simple about heroes. Why don't us accept to appreciate one and another? That playing, if it's not me, then like the old idea will go.
Thank you very much, Derek. Let me take Kojo on the line. Hello, Kojo.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Kojo.
We have to be very careful in Ghana. Mm-hmm. The way some of our leaders that we respect a lot, especially the chiefs, we are not kids. We all know what is going on. But if a chief that we respect a lot will take stance, I mean, we have listened to him on the media, things that he's been pronounced, they have been pronouncing. But you see, Ghana is bigger than the other party, and it is so obvious I know.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. One day I'll bring the chief's topic, then we talk about it. Today I'm talking about putting our history on film. We have groomed a generation who don't like to read. So no matter how many books Nkrumah wrote, nobody's going to read it. But it is imperative, it is crucial that we leave the history to the people you're going to leave the country to. You can never leave a country to any generation without the history. Just leave a blank country. It doesn't happen. Anywhere, all these countries that we run away to, right? They leave the country, including its history, to their children and their grandchildren to take over from there. We can't just leave a country, just it doesn't work. It won't work. And we today are paying a price. Today, we are paying a price. Whereas thousands of people are prepared to walk. They are prepared to walk away from this country, walk across the Sahara Desert. And I told you one day I flew, and it was a daylight flight. And I looked down at the Sahara Desert and I thought, wow, who will have this determination to walk across this thing? What a determination! If you have that determination, I'm telling you, you can survive under the sea. Yet, they hate this country so much that they want to walk away from it. And I'm telling you, if this person had had the opportunity to sit in a movie and watch how people in those days, who had far less than what he has, able to put this country together, you will be shocked at the inspiration that young man will get. You will be shocked at the inspiration that young woman would get and think that no way, within my circle, I will also play my part. But if you hand over the country with a blank sheet, just a blank sheet, hand over a nation to a generation on a blank sheet, what do you expect? Where has it come from? Where is it going? Ahin if you buy, ahin echo. Trasa. Nana Ano Ame here is tuned in. Ohene Yuri Awudanswa is tuned in. Princess Nyamio Nyonyam is tuned in. Malik, my son in Adenta, is tuned in. Eugenia Sintimedi is tuned in. Well, all too soon, good thing, all those things, every good thing has an end. Nana Ano Ame here says the Chinese are paying for their bright students to study artificial intelligence in the Ivy League colleges in USA and UK. Because if they are going to hand over the country to them, they better be equipped. Says we are just doing marketing and humanities. That is not strong enough for the future. Abeku, my son, was on the ones and twos. I missed him so dearly last Monday. But today he was on the ones and twos. Sammy Forsen is on his way here. Being that is a nice holiday, you can bet your last dollar that he is going to rock you some really, really nice tunes. Well, next Monday, God willing, I'll be back. And I'll be back with another opinion. But believe you me, if you have followed me and if you carry on following me, this is something I believe passionately, that as a nation, we need to make movies of our histories, particularly of the gallant men who fought before us. I mean, J.J. Rollins. What's the movie of J.J. Rollins? Somebody who did 2 coups and there's no movie? Please. Can you imagine? J.J. Rollins, he did a coup, hand over power, go home, come back and take power, go home, form a political party. I mean, you need 3 movies for Jerry John Rollins. Good old Nanado tries 3 times, campaigning up and down. Do a movie and leave it there for posterity. Don't let your history just go away and hand over a country without history to your children. My name is Nana Ansakwa IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa, and I believe strongly that there's no moving forward without history.